I think growing, it's the main goal for every company and obviously for every department. How to not to struggle with growth, I think it's by delegating, by building a team that you can trust, that you can work together, as a group, and together solve situation and work towards the growth, right? So it's not only growth will not only be dependent on you, but on the entire team together, and together we are able to handle that growth. Obviously, there might be situations that are, special, but again, working as a group will make it easier to handle. I think it's important to measure growth. So what is growing fast or not growing at all? I think it all concentrates or focuses on data. You need to gather data to understand your growth. If you are growing very fast, you need to implement automation that allows your people to be more efficient. You need to identify if you need more power, that means hire new resources or automate more tasks or add more softwares into your operation. But I believe that, for example, in my case, we built a workload tool in which we identify the capacity of each collaborator. We understand their limits and where they're currently at, and that helps us identify whether we need more people to hire with workforce or whether we need to automate more processes that are taking away a lot of time and are not strategic tasks that they're developing. Now, talking about growth and identify whether you're growing or not and gathering data, it is very important that when you identify you're not growing as expected or you're slowing growth and you have a whole team there, waiting for workload, for tasks and things to do, you need to be very sure they're not wasting their time. And you can identify processes that need improvement and have your team dedicate time to that task. Identify processes that can be automated, and eventually when growth gets there, those tasks are already automated, so they're going to be more efficient. Also, you can invest time in training. Training is never enough. Whether it's sales, operations, or whatever role that these people are going to be working on, training is fundamental. You never stop learning, so it's very important that you identify their free time and try to invest it in things that will add value when eventually that growth gets to your company. So, talking about growing fast, I mentioned delegation. Work with your team, delegate activities. So what not to do when your team is growing very fast? I think you should not collapse and try to do everything by yourself and try to be everywhere and answer every question. You need to sit down, delegate, but be very clear on your expectations. You cannot assume people understand things. You cannot assume people are going to be doing things. You need to check with them and delegate activities and make sure they understand what they need to be doing.